Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Math Made Easy. In this episode, I'm going to be showing you how to evaluate expressions in algebra. What the? Evaluate each expression? No, not these kinds of expressions. I'm talking about these kinds of expressions. When we evaluate expressions, what we're trying to do is we're trying to figure out what the value of each of these variables is so that we can solve the problem and get the answer. Often when we evaluate our expressions, at least one of the values is given to us. Let's start off easy though and say that both of these values are going to be given. Alright, let's say that x equals 4 and y equals 2. If we plug these values in for our letter variables here, we'll be able to solve this pretty easily. Alright, when we rewrite our problem, we get something like this. 3 times 4 plus 2 times 2. Now it's important when we're solving this to remember the order of operations. We need to do our multiplication before we add these together. So if we start out with 3 times 4, that gives us 12, and if we multiply 2 times 2, that gives us 4. Our last step is merely to add those things together. When we add 12 plus 4, we get 16. Not too hard, huh? Alright, let's try a more difficult one. Alright, our more difficult problem here is 2x to the third minus x squared plus y equals what? Well, don't be scared off by these exponents here. As soon as we plug in our values for x and y, it'll be a piece of cake. Alright, so if x is going to equal 3 and y is going to equal negative 2, we simply plug those in and we're ready to solve. Again, don't be afraid of the negative number here. When we get it all laid out, you'll see that it's pretty simple to do the computation. Alright, this is what we get when we lay everything out. Still a little bit scary, but if we remember once again our order of operations, start with the powers first, then the parentheses, and then do our subtraction. So if we do our powers first here, we're taking 3 to the third power, which is 27, and we're going to multiply 27 times 2. Then we simply subtract 3 squared, which is 9, and then we're going to add a negative 2. Alright, then we go back here and we do our, what's in the parentheses here, our multiplication. So 2 times 27 is of course 54, and we go over here and we take our plus sign and multiply that times a negative 2, and we know that a positive times a negative always gives a negative, so we'll have negative 2 over here, and then we just bring down our minus 9 in the middle. So that we now have something like this. Just a big subtraction problem. Alright, 54 minus 9 is 45, and 45 minus 2 is 43. And that's our answer. So, evaluating expressions can look complicated, but when you break it down, it's actually pretty easy. Just know that when you're evaluating an expression, you'll start out with variables, but you will always be given the value of those variables. All you have to do is plug them in and solve. And that's all there is to it. I hope this tutorial has helped you. Good luck with evaluating expressions, and we'll see you next time.